Gentlemen, let me ask you something directly. When was the last time you went for a walk and felt genuinely stronger afterward? Not just less stiff, but more alive in your body, more grounded, more confident. Now, what if I told you that the way you walk, not how far or how fast, could quietly fix one of the most frustrating problems men over 45 deal with: weak erections? I know, that sounds like one of those gimmicks you've heard before, a headline that promises too much. But stay with me, because this isn't magic and it isn't hype. Once you understand the logic behind it, it actually makes more sense than most of what you've been told. My name is Dr. Lena. I'm a board-certified medical doctor, and for over a decade, I've worked closely with men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. I see this issue every single day in real patients. Men who are otherwise healthy, intelligent, and doing their best, but who quietly feel betrayed by their own bodies. What we're talking about today is something most men are never taught, and frankly, most professionals don't explain well. Not because it's complicated, but because it doesn't come in a pill bottle. Here's the reality of aging that no one prepares men for. Somewhere after your 30s, and more noticeably in your 40s and 50s, subtle shifts begin to stack up. Testosterone slowly declines, blood vessels lose some of their youthful elasticity, muscles around the pelvis tighten from years of sitting, stress, and unconscious guarding. The prostate becomes more sensitive, sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. None of this means something is wrong with you. It means your body has adapted to decades of use, tension, and pressure. Weak erections are not a moral failure, and they are not all in your head. They are a physical signal that certain systems are no longer communicating optimally. This is where I want to gently reframe the problem. Male performance is not just about hormones. Hormones matter, yes, but erections rely on three foundational systems working together. First is blood flow, the ability to deliver warm, oxygen-rich blood efficiently. Second is muscle tone, not strength, but balance between engagement and relaxation, especially in the hips and pelvic floor. Third is nerve signaling, which requires the nervous system to feel safe, calm, and unthreatened. The good news is that all three of these can be influenced at any age. You are not stuck with what you have. Now, let me introduce what I call the two walking hacks. They're old, overlooked, and completely logical. Walking is one of the most natural human movements we have, but most men walk in a way that actually shuts down pelvic circulation rather than enhancing it. Tight strides, clenched glutes, shallow breathing, and a forward-tilted posture send the wrong signal to the nervous system. The body interprets that as low-grade stress, and stress is the enemy of erection quality. The first walking hack is what I call the relaxed heel-to-hip walk. When you walk, instead of pushing aggressively with your toes or clenching your backside, allow your heel to make gentle contact with the ground and let that motion roll naturally through your foot as your hip swings freely. The key is the hip. Each step should feel like it's softly opening the front of your pelvis rather than tightening it. This movement subtly stretches the arteries and nerves that supply the pelvic region. Biologically, this improves endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels, which directly affects erection strength. The second walking hack involves your breath and posture. As you walk, allow your shoulders to drop and your chest to open slightly. Breathe slowly through your nose, letting the breath move down into your lower abdomen rather than staying high in your chest. This tells your nervous system that it is safe to relax. When the nervous system relaxes, blood is allowed to move downward into the pelvis instead of being diverted away. This is not about speed or distance. In fact, 10 to 15 minutes done correctly is far more powerful than an hour of tense, distracted walking. Nighttime is especially important here, and this is something men rarely hear. The body does most of its vascular repair and hormonal recalibration during sleep. A short, relaxed walk in the early evening helps lower cortisol, improves insulin sensitivity, and primes the body for deeper rest. That deeper rest is when testosterone signaling and nitric oxide production, the chemical messenger responsible for erections, are restored. You don't need special equipment. You don't need supplements. You need awareness. Walk as if you are loosening your body rather than bracing it. Keep it gentle, keep it warm, keep it under 5 minutes at first if that's all you have. Consistency matters far more than intensity. 3 to 5 evenings per week is enough to start seeing change. What men often notice first is not a dramatic sexual shift, but a subtle one. Warmer legs and feet, less tension in the lower back, a calmer mind before bed, sleep that feels deeper and more continuous. These are not coincidences. They are signs that circulation and nerve signaling are improving. Over time, many men report stronger morning erections, more reliable firmness, and a quiet return of confidence, not forced, not stimulated, restored. There are secondary benefits that matter just as much. Improved prostate comfort, better urinary flow, fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom, reduced pelvic and hip tightness that men often mistake for aging itself. Even posture improves, and with it, emotional presence. When your body feels supported, your mind follows. A brief word on safety. This approach supports health, but it does not replace medical care. If you have severe cardiovascular disease, advanced neuropathy, or significant pain, speak with your doctor before changing your routine. Pay attention to your body. Walk on safe surfaces. Wear comfortable shoes. This is not an instant fix, and anyone promising that is not being honest with you. The easiest way to make this stick is to anchor it to something you already do. Walk after dinner. Walk while listening to calming music. Some men even involve their partner, not as a performance exercise, but as a shared moment of decompression. The goal is to make it automatic, effortless, and pressure-free. I want to leave you with this. Aging does not mean inevitable decline. It means your body requires different signals than it used to. Small, intelligent habits practiced consistently can produce profound, long-term changes. I encourage you to try this for 30 days. No judgment, no expectations, just observation. Your body is still capable of responding. You are not broken. And with the right approach, strength can return quietly, naturally, and with dignity.